Hey everybody, Roland Smith here with Mountain Bushcrafters Alliance. I got you with me up here in the mountains for 2 awesome nights of winter camping. Yes, winter camping is on. I think they're giving like an inch of snow accumulation in the lower elevations. So we could possibly get up to 4 inches, maybe more, up here on the ridge. But I brought my Kodiak Canvas Tent and I want to do a quick setup video. Now let me tell you first of all, if you do any kind of camping whatsoever, you need a Kodiak. Because I'm telling you, they're simply the best of the best for the money. You can't go wrong buying a Kodiak. And the first thing I like to do when I set up my Kodiak is look for a nice level spot. I look for rain runoff, because I do a lot of camping, whether it's rain, snow, whatever. Look for rain runoff, and when you find that perfect spot, move all the debris. Make sure you've got all the rocks and sticks and twigs out of the way. Even though these have a 16 gauge rubber bottom, you don't want to poke a hole in the bottom of your Kodiak, because in the snow or in the rain, first thing is going to happen is that water's going to seep up through that hole and everything inside your tent's going to be soaking wet. Now, I'll try not to bore you to death, try not to drive you crazy. I'm no expert as always. I just like being out here in the mountains. I like doing what I do. Now, my ground tarp is smaller than my tent, of course. I've got another tarp. But I like to put a tarp inside of my Kodiak. It keeps my floor clean. So me being by myself, that's okay, because I'll use the majority of the tarp up toward the front of the tent. If I had a big crew with me, 2 or 3 guys, I'd double my tarps. I would extend my tarps out. I would have brought my big tarp, because back and forth travel, it'll wreak havoc on the bottom of your Kodiak. And not to mention, they're not giving them things away, so you want to take as best care of it as you possibly can. And I bring a whisk broom and I clean and I swipe and I swarp and I do all this stuff. Now, upon setting the Kodiak up, mine is super light, I tell you. It's just unreal. First thing you want to do, you want to discover where your porch is. And what I'm thinking about doing, saving myself a lot of trouble, is maybe taking a marker. But now it's marked right here, it says Kodiak. That's the front of your tent. But I'm going to take a marker, maybe go on top of it. That way it's a little easier to discover where the front And like I said before, make sure you clean all the debris from under your ground tarp. That was easy enough. Most of the time, this ground up here is so hard have to readjust. You may have to readjust, but that's fine. Now, pretty tough being by yourself. In the mountains. Sometimes I've had people tell me they couldn't do it. I couldn't go camping by myself. I tried to space everything out to where it looks kind of even. And like I said, you may have to adjust and readjust, but that's fine. I try to, like I said, kind of even out everything. And I try to stay off of my top of my tent with my boots. Sometimes you can't help it, but I do try. Scoot that over just a little bit. Like so. But I use my Kodiak. I take good care of it, but I use it. These bad boys are airtight. I'm here to tell you. Now this right here is for my stove bracket, which I have in the bag. Whoop. Find my hammer. Oh yeah, Working out fine. Working out fine. Working out fine. Little tough, little tough. Now, that's the majority of it. What I'll do is I'll finish buckling everything down. Don't want to bore you to death, but I'll go around. I don't use all my stakes when it comes to situating my tent. I don't use all my stakes. If there's a lot of people with me, 2 or 3 guys, or whatever, me and Renee, I'll stake it down super tight. But where I'm by myself, I'll stake it down at the doors on both sides and around by my stove. That keeps that wind from working my stove back and forth, or my canvas back and forth around that stove pipe. But it's that simple. It's that simple. Just a few more things and I gotta go get some wood, but that's the initial setup of the Kodiak canvas. Let me back up, get you a little better shot of that. Try not to jostle the camera too bad. I'll drive that stake down a little deeper. Maybe I have to move it over, there's a rock there, but that's the initial setup of the Kodiak. And there's my stove jack. Do a walk around. And like I said, I'll stake them down at the doors, like right here, you know, for quick and simple exit and entry. And right here where my stove jack is, I'll put me one right here and I'll super stake it. But that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So it's that simple. I love it. I love being out here. Look around me. Look back here. Let me take you over here right real quick. Then I gotta get some wood up and I get my stove in. I got a lot of gear to unpack. When you're by yourself, it's a lot to do. Look what a view. Look at that view, people. Unreal. But I'm here for 2 days. And look here. Coyote tracks. They came through here. They was out there as well. But it's Roland Smith, Mountain Bushcrafters Alliance. And as always, go farther, stay longer. That's how quick and simple those Kodiaks are to put up. And I'm by myself. I just got a little tweaking to do, like I said, you know, as far as staking things down, raising that up a little bit. If you open the doors, that lets it, that vacuum, that releases that vacuum inside that tent. And it's a lot easier to put up. All my doors are shut because I had it put up for the winter or for the summer, because I don't use it in the summer. But I'll unzip some doors and do some tweaking and do some videos tonight. I'll show you the difference. And it's supposed to be like 17 degrees, but I'll show you the difference between inside the tent and outside the tent as far as temperature. It's gonna be cool. But this Roland Smith Mountain Bushcrafters Alliance Santa's always going farther, stay longer. Catch you out in the field.